am waiting for our guest that's about to go on right now. Are you there yet? Waiting for someone to go on. For those who missed it, hi Angie, how are you? For those who missed it, we had today our award show. So go to our story online. We're going to be launching our new marketing materials today. And we are live. Hello. Our special guest is coming in. I don't want to say too much. Are you logging in? Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I want to apologize for the delay in this. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. No worries.
There was a hold up a little bit with Jabe today, so he was supposed to do the interview, but you have me. How are you?
I'm good. I did my hair.
Oh, did you? I'm looking like a hot mess. Well, now that we have our followers here, I'm going to start. Welcome everybody to the official Backstage Live. We are in Backstage, behind the scenes, with the Hawkette Steppers. This is the coach. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the routine, and they are competing today with the small groups. So if you have not checked them out and go to www.worldofstep.com and vote for them. So let's do this. You ready, Coach?
I'm ready. That's it. Let's do it.
All right. So as we start, our followers are going to be jumping on and off. And if you guys have any questions, just ask us the questions. We'll start with you. So let our followers know a little bit about you, what you're doing, a little bit about your team.
So I'm Regina. I'm the Hawkette Step Coach for the Hawkettes. We run out of PSIS 155 in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Our step team is young, they're new, they're bright-eyed and ready to kind of win, and so we're super excited about that. This year was supposed to be our breakout year. They just really started to feel a touch of a win, of being number one, and so they were so excited for this year. But I'm sure next year it can only get better from here, right?
Yeah, I mean, they came out. I know one of the things that we loved about the Hawkette Steppers is they were the Hawkette Detectives. Remember that? And they, in our New York City regionals that we had. And tell them, what place did you place?
So we placed number one. And we're
Go be shy. Give yourself that congratulations. Things were earned.
Them are in here, so they should. You know what? I love my team. To be honest, I really do. I love their energy. I love that they're still so very bright-eyed, and they didn't know much about step, and they excite me. And so I think if you were to think about our team and what we are, they're very just ready to go. They miss being on stage. They're they were a little bummed about virtual competition, but because they love the energy of the stage and performing for people. And I think that's, if step is anything, it's that performance, that
pride, that interaction. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it was definitely COVID-19 definitely shocked the world, but you know what? The best thing is that they were able to compete and start the season and get their feet wet, and not only get their feet wet, they actually won. You know. That was a big moment for them. And I remember the cops, and they're coming here strong. If you're supporting the Hawkette, let me get those likes. Let's go. Let's put those thumbs of hearts up in there if you're coming hard for them.
They're in there. Hey, Barbara.
You see, Barbara takes autographs. Autographs. So, let me ask you a question. What did it take while putting the routine together? Let's talk about the routine. You know, what made you guys want to do the routine, the detectives, and the way that you came out, you used the usage of the table in the routine. For those who haven't seen it, they came out with a table. They used the table into the props and part of the routine, which is really creative. What made you decide to go with that theme?
So last year our theme was school kids, right? And they wanted to be a little bit more daring. We were cute. They were adorable. There was a lot of comedic parts in our routine. And so this time they kind of wanted to come out a little harder. We at first we toyed with the idea of what's it called? Hysteria with Rihanna's theme, kind of coming out a little bit darker. So they wanted to kind of be a little bit more edgy. I think that's where we came up with the detectives and the black, and kind of coming out and you don't know who we are. Don't worry. we're gonna come out for you, and you're gonna see who we are. So be on the lookout. So that's kind of where it came from.
The detectives. Well, you definitely carry one of the things that one of the things I wanted to say. Did you enjoy one of the things that we do for World of Step is that our professional judges provide you live, real-time feedback. So not only you get the judges the scores, we hold them accountable to making sure that they tell you step by step what they're thinking throughout the routine. Was that something that you enjoyed, and were you able to share with the steppers so they can prepare?
So the best part about World of Step, like hands down.
Yes, let them know. Let them know.
Love, like we sat in my office and we listened to the feedback every single judge, and it was so helpful. No other program does that. No other step arena does that. And so the fact that we were able to, because everybody gives us these like generic comments like they're good, fix your socks, faces please. But to go through the routine and hear them and hear what they say and catch it exactly when the action is actually happening, it was perfect. So we knew where to fix, and so we was ready. It was coming back.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. Whoever thought of that, like, dope ass. Ooh, checkers.
No, it's okay. So don't worry about it. Don't worry. We're all over the girl. We're all over the world. You know me, girls. You can tell who runs the world.
Right.
No, it's okay. No, what we love I think that's one of the best feedbacks. One of the things that we wanted to accomplish for World of Step is making sure that you had that real-time feedback, because sometimes as coaches we're telling them and they're not listening, and then when you hear from somebody else, you look at them, did not tell you, you just
right.
You're like, listen, just listen. That's all I'm saying, just listen. And then you just stand out there like, and then they look at you like they never heard it. They're like, oh my God, you're like,
I should have called them, see?
Yep, and you're like, what? And then they look at you like, oh my God, we didn't know, and you're like we're so excited.
Coach language.
Yes. So the routine itself was very creative, and what about Hawkette detectives, like the Hawkette steppers? When did they start, and what was the purpose of the creating the team itself?
So actually, we're only 3 years old.
Okay.
So the first year, we literally started as an after-school program. I love STEP. It's part of who I am. And so I was like, the after-school director was like, do you want to run something? I was like, the only thing I can really run is STEP. And he's like, well, if you want to do it, let's do it. I was like, okay, great. So the team, I was actually joking with them. The after-school program said photography/STEP. And so when the girls came, they thought they were going to learn photography.
Yeah.
They were like, here's the photography. It was like, I can't teach you photography, but I can teach you steps. So when I say, they were like, but what happened to photography? They kept saying over, and I was like, well, let's learn these steps. And little by little, I saw them falling in love with steps, and that's the best feeling.
Well, you change. I don't think as coaches you really realize how much you change these kids' lives. And I think that it was evident when they got onto the stage and they performed. They performed for you. They performed for their coach. They were very precise. Shout out to all the Hawkette steppers. You were very tight. You were very clean with your beats. You executed your storyline very well.
I appreciate that. So, I brought them to a step competition at our first year. And they were like, Miss, we want to do that. We want to be on stage. I was like, you sure you want to be on stage? Yes, Miss, we want to be on stage. I was like, oh, well, if you want to be on stage, this is what it's going to take. And when I say they fell in line, they fell in line. And I was like, I guess we're going to compete.
Well, how did it feel, though? Most competitions outside of World of Step, it's everybody together. And they do the middle school, elementary. And one of the things that World of Step really focuses on is that we want to break the barrier of what the dance world is. We're saying, nope, we're here, we're present. So we wanted to be realistic. We broke down the categories into novice and intermediate advanced, because we feel that, one, gender doesn't matter. That's not even, gender does not matter. But we felt that it was important to separate the novice and the intermediate, so that those who have stepped 3 years or less had the same equal footing versus those who have the same amount of members, same year, but they have different experience. How did your team feel about competing in the novice? And was it did they feel that they would, it gave them the hunger to like continue on? Like,
to be honest, I don't even think I told them that they were either novice or intermediate. It was like, we're gonna come out and we're gonna come out and win. We're gonna come out and we're gonna do this. If you notice, we didn't come with anybody else. It was just us, just me and the team, and all of our props. And I kind of give it to them like, you have the key. You have everything you've learned, you've done. Now all you have to do is go on stage and show them what you know. And so we were ready. We're ready to kind of compete with all different walks of life. It's just like, you know what? Whether we're new or not, we're gonna come out and we're gonna show people. And this is what, like I said before, this is our breakout year. Really, like, show people who we are, and show people like that we can compete. Like, there's teams in Brooklyn that, 12 years in, 7 years in, and we're year 2. It's just like, all right, no problem. We're gonna come in and we're gonna do what we can, and you're gonna see who we are. And I think that's what they showed, and they were so excited to win, like tears in my eyes, like just once, right? To like see your kids fall in love that you care so much about. So,
well, the exciting thing about it is that it is unfortunate, which I'm gonna ask you about virtual and in person, because obviously everyone has a different preference, but with the virtual competition, one of the things that you're...
Oh no, she's frozen.
Oh, you hear me now?
Oh no.
No, you hear me?
I hear you now. Okay, good, go ahead.
Okay. One of the things that is awesome about the virtual is that you get to compete against everyone around the world. So right now, we have the United Kingdom, we have Peru, we have West Africa, we have Thailand competing, we have India, and we have Venezuela. So if the girls, no matter what, they can now say they've competed against all these different parts of the world.
Right.
So how do they feel? How do you feel stacked up against them now, saying, we're only 3 years in, now we're competing against the world?
I think this is such a great opportunity. And I think that's what we've been talking about. So we hold virtual meetings on Google Meet, and it's different. And it's just like, before we were only able to go against Brooklyn teams and and schools in the city, but now we're competing against people from everywhere. So this is an opportunity again for people to see us, right? Mm-hmm. See us in West Africa, and Steph is an influence, right? We pick up stuff whether we want to admit it or not. We pick up stuff from every single team, right? And so now we're picking up stuff from teams from Thailand, teams from West Africa. So today we use today's meeting to like look at influences and look at different teams that are competing and what's great about them and what can we learn from them, right? So it's like we're just not learning from Brooklyn teams, we're learning from everyone now, and that's such a great feeling.
Well, I really have to commend you guys. You guys are definitely a force. So whoever who's coming in right now, we're doing an interview with the Hawkette Steppers, and they are currently competing for the small group this week. If you want to vote for them, their routine name is Hawkette Detectives, and they actually won first place at our New York City regionals this year, and they were headed to convention to defend their first place against the world. So if you want to vote for them, go to worldofstep.com and then show your love. You see your little hearts go really fast. Go really fast with the hearts and show them your love. We'll be saving this in our storyline and recording it. So we're not done with you yet.
Okay.
So we have those teams around the world, and we know there is a difference between competing virtually and competing physically. What I know your excitement is about, what do you miss most about competing physically with people, obviously, with teams?
Everything. I think the adrenaline. I'm the type of coach that yells on the sidelines and like holds my breath while they're stepping to make sure they execute it the right way and feeding off of the audience and those little like joking innuendos when like the audience gets it and I hear the laugh like yes they got it. So like just that the energy of competing, the energy of like the audience, all of it. And I think that's what our team misses the most, which is really sad because I try really hard to kind of still energize them. I'm like, listen, yes, We are not there. You're not on stage. But here we are, like, other people are watching us, and if we didn't have a name before, after this competition, some people gonna know us, right?
Well, that's the great thing about it. Last week's competition drew 14,000 votes from 34 different competitors around the world. This year alone, on Monday, our website crashed again with almost 3,000 votes in 2 days. So people are watching Hawkette, and they're voting, and they're loving what you guys stand for. So the world is watching, and this is your stage, my friend. And to all the Hawkette steppers, this is your chance to get your name out there and get that message out there. So, for all you mentioned that you're from Brooklyn, Brownsville, correct? For everyone, all the little girls that are out there watching you and seeing this, what message would you have for your team and the girls? Why to keep on inspiring and following your dreams? Like the platform you set them on right now.
One, everyone can step. And I think that's our key. We were talking about our mission, right? Everyone can step, no matter how old, how young, how, if you're black, white, orange, blue, green, doesn't matter. Everyone can step. And I think that's our biggest message. Our students that are steppers now, they were wanting to be in photography, and now they're steppers. Okay, and so do what you love, and if you put love behind it, the passion will come out, and people will see that, and people will feed off of your energy. And our steppers, you can't be part of our team unless you're an upstander, and unless that you're actually doing what you need to do in class. So that message of making sure that you're about your business in all aspects, right?
Absolutely.
An upstander, and you need to have those grades in order for you, so when people see you, hold your head up high, and you're proud. You're proud of being a Hawkette stepper, and you have all of your stuff together. And
well, I'm so excited that you're saying that, and they're supporting you. Those hearts are talking. Give me those hearts if you're supporting. Now,
I wish I could read all these comments as they come in.
Yeah, they're really excited. We have a lot of people on. What I wanted to tell you guys too, that whether you win or lose or move forward, we do have convention week. We had set out to do convention. We planned for 2 years, and it is happening. Thick and thin is happening. So, in 2 weeks, we are having a live convention, and all the performers get to participate. We have over 20 professionals from Hollywood and from New York and around the world giving free on-demand classes, completely free. And then we'll have live tutorials from people talking about the industry, from how to get into it, historical components of the industry, from tap to hip hop. Because one of the reasons why many may not know, we combine tap, hip hop, stroll all together into our competition because we believe they have components into step. And two is because we want the dance world to come into our world. We are always competing in theirs, and we have to be in their standard. Now they have to live up to our standards and the world that we're building. So we're excited about convention. Are you girls excited about participating in convention? We have a lot of
things going. Be excited to see these comments. Oh my God, Hollywood.
Yes. Yes. We're going to have Chuck Maldonado on there on a live. You can speak to him. Every performer will be entered an automatic raffle to have a private discussion Zoom call with some of our celebrity choreographers. So you have a chance to meet with him, speak to him, talk about the industry, taking private classes. So we are really focusing on innovating the game. And lastly, another surprise, Miss Hawkette steppers over there. We are expanding our regional market next year. We are hosting regionals in Peru and West Africa.
Oh, so
we actually guys to start saving your money. That's the window. We're having only 2 regionals in New York City, 2 to 3 regionals, not in New York City, 2 to 3 regionals in the United States, and after that we'll be hitting the road to Peru and West Africa. So we'll be sending out information so teams can start fundraising and hit the road with us. And of course, we end up in the United States back to convention. Are you guys excited?
Absolutely. That sounds amazing. And believe me, there they go, excited.
Woo-hoo. We're going to Peru. Hawkette, where are we going? Peru. We're going to West Africa. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Get out the bus.
We appreciate you so much. We love what you do, honestly. They loved your energy during the time that we met. They were like, that lady was so nice. Who's the lady? So we appreciate you a lot. I like that you're trying to change the step world and really put us on the map, because so many people, put step to the side, not realizing that it's a sport.
Yeah.
You got to get shape, right?
Yeah.
You have some. They don't include. I think cheer is a sport, but step is not, and it's just like it absolutely is. And we can compete just like every other arena can compete. And you're putting that out there, and I think that's wonderful. So kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. The members of the Alliance, the Players Club, Artists Stepping In, and SA, we've worked for the past 3 years in trying to create a platform for you guys. And one of the biggest things, message, is the experience, right? Are you getting the experience that you want? But we have to think bigger than what we're at right now. And we've templated it out, and we are ready. We're full force, and the bus is moving. And we're excited for people like you, people who are committed to it, encouraged on it, and we're tired of having the discussions with our kids to go hard with step and then turn around and tell them that they can't do it for a living. And we're committed to doing that. We're committed to giving the same prizes, the same college opportunities that the dance role has. But in order to do that, we have to create the world ourselves. So we're going to be telling a lot of stories, and we're going to be celebrating you, Coach, on the week of convention. Teams are able to submit awards for their favorite coaches. We're recognizing their coaches. We have a lot going on. So before we end, Coach, I want you to tell everybody who's following us and those who are catching us later on the story why they should be voting for the Hawkette Detectives, Hawkette Steppers now.
Vote for the Hawkette Steppers because young and bright-eyed and from Brownsville, Brooklyn, go hard. They are eager. The routine is tight. They put their heart and soul on that stage. And you can tell when you watch, even if it's not live, you can tell that they want it. And there's nothing like supporting young Black girls and showing that anything is possible. So vote because we're hungry. Vote for our students because they want it. There's so much more to these girls than Brownsville, right? And so let's to Peru. Let's take it to West Africa, right? Support our young
Remember what they said. You can vote 5 times a day. 5 times. If you have another favorite team, give a vote to Hawkette. Just give them a vote 5 times a day. Go to www.worldofstep.com. Support the Hawkette Detectives, Hawkette Steppers. This is only the beginning of what you will see from them and their coach. This is all about the movement. It's all about the experience, and it's because of you putting them on the map that will allow them to live the dream that they wanted without COVID-19. Regina, thank you so much for joining us.
Problem, anytime.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
All right.
So we just left with the Hawkette Detectives. The coach is phenomenal. So before you forget, when we close this out, make sure that you vote. Vote for the Hawkette Detectives is the name of the routine. Hawkette Steppers. You can go to worldofstep.com and you can vote 5 times each day. These are young girls that won first place at the regional. So just imagine what they can do at convention against the world.